Good morning, everybody. It's Mindful Monday. How are you? Gorgeous day in Belize. There's my beautiful background. No breeze going today, so it's pretty quiet. Such a difference from day to day, and the breeze makes all the difference. Anyway, you know today is special because I have special guests for you to meet. So come on in my apartment. Come on in. Say goodbye. Closing the door. Oh, I wonder if you can see. There's my daughter-in-law, who I call my daughter. She's not my in-law anymore. She's just my daughter. Relaxing. So now you kind of know what's in store for you if you know my daughter is here. Hey, good to see you guys. Did you have a good weekend? We had a fantastic weekend, and this is what I learned. You know, my grandkids are here today, Sebastian and Ellie. And Ellie's going to come over here in a minute. She's being taken away from a wire that she just found. She seems to find every single wire there is. And everything on the ground that's a crumb, she can find it and put it in her mouth. There's my son, BJ. Say hi, BJ.
Hi.
Go say hi again. They need to see you again.
Hi.
Gorgeous, huh? Yeah. That's my son. Yep. Okay, so I have my two special guests. They have something to share with you, but I want to tell you what I learned from them first before I bring them out. And this is that. You know, every time I see them, they're in different developmental phases. And today, or this week, what I've noticed is Sebastian, who's 2.5, who you'll meet in a minute. His appetite has been so little. He's barely eating at all, and he's fine. He's healthy. It just seems like his body doesn't need as much food. So I find it so fascinating. And then when he actually got here, he wasn't eating very much. And then the next morning, we noticed that he started having this voracious appetite again. I wonder what's up with that. You know, what does vacation do? Because a lot of us have problems when we go on vacation, right? And we become mindless. But what about a little kid like Sebastian who absolutely either eats when he's hungry or he doesn't? Why does he eat? Why is he eating so much more now? So that's one of the questions I've been thinking about. And the other thing is, when you meet Ellie, my 1-year-old granddaughter, she's in a totally different developmental phase. And her phase right now with food is she just can't get enough. She eats and she eats. She needs a lot of food and a lot of energy right now because she must be in a very different type of a growth phase. So I find that fascinating when I think about you. So right now I think I'm going to bring Ellie over here. What do you think? Can you bring Ellie over here? Oh. Come here, Miss Ellie Belly. Will you say hi to everybody? Will you say hi to everybody? Okay, she's going back to her mommy. I'm going to try and bring the next star out. This is Sebastian. Will you say hi, Sebastian? And if he won't say hi, I don't know if you've seen him before, but he has gotten so much bigger. So much bigger. Yeah. And he talks a little bit, but more than anything, okay, I'm going to let him go now. Okay. So you met Sebastian and Ellie again, and if you were with me last time, they have changed so much and they've grown so much. And if you notice that Ellie is a little crabby right now, another very fascinating thing about emotions. Because what I notice is that when Ellie cries or Sebastian cries, it's an emotion and they need something. They only can tell us through emotions what they need. So usually if they're uncomfortable, they cry. Now, what we give them is what's really interesting, because if they're hungry, the only thing that's going to satisfy them is food. So we'll try food. If they're hungry, they eat it, they stop crying, and they're comfortable again. But if they don't want food, they shake their heads and they cry more, and we need to try other things. So we'll try water. Are they thirsty? And they drink their water, or they don't drink it. If they keep crying, we know they're uncomfortable with something. And many, many times it could be something like they're tired or they want a change of scenery. But emotions are always talking. And they're always talking through our bodies. Hey, baby. I'm going to show you. Can they see you? Can they see you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there they are. There's my happy boy right
Hey.
now.
Say
There's my
hi.
2 happy boys. Say hi.
Say hi.
Well, he knows how to say hi. Okay, I'm back. Now you got to see my happy boy. But don't you find it kind of fascinating when you're trying to satisfy a child's needs and you realize that it's all kind of wrapped up in one? It could be physical, it could be emotional, and it always comes out in emotions. So for instance, with Ellie, this is what Jessica told me, is that she had a really good dinner, but they didn't let her stop eating when she was full. They just took the food away because she thought she was full. But then she woke up that night, Ellie, a couple times. So Jessica told me the next day, we didn't let her eat until she was full, and she woke up hungry and she needed to eat more. Don't you just find that fascinating about the body in general? You know, that if you're listening to it, if it's hungry, it's going to wake you up. If it's hungry, it's going to always get your attention, and you need to feed it. If you have emotions going on, they wake you up in your body too. And they talk to you too, but food is not going to satisfy you any more than it's going to satisfy a baby or a little boy. It doesn't. You can't give them food when they're crying if that's not what they want. If you're crying inside, so to speak, emotional, negative emotion, feeling sad or whatever, all the food in the world doesn't make that sadness go away. You're still going to be sad even if you eat. If you were a baby or a child and you were totally connected to your body, you wouldn't even want it. You wouldn't even think of it. That's how I want you to think about it this week, just like Ellie and Sebastian. To know this, if you're physically hungry, satisfy yourself. If you know that you're not hungry, just like if I would try and give Sebastian something to eat and he's not hungry and he's not happy, he just says no to the food. And we need to find what is going to make him happy. You have to do the same thing, but you've got to know that if you eat the food and you're not hungry, it covers up the emotion that is helping you search for what you really want. Now, for us as parents and grandparents, we have to help our children and grandchildren become satisfied, help them find what they want. For you, it's all inside of you what you want, and you need to go find it. And you need to differentiate the difference between physical and emotional hunger. The pounds will melt off if you do this. It is the secret. It doesn't matter if you eat too many carbs or less carbs or this or that. It matters. Hey, there's Sebastian in the background running around. I hear him. Sorry. It doesn't matter if you eat too many carbs or protein or not enough or whatever you want to call it. If you just pay attention and eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full, I'll tell you, that is the magic. And that if you're full and you're still feeling something, you need to let that emotion help you find what it is that you're looking for. That's what I want you to think about this week. That's what I'm thinking about. That's what my grandkids are helping me think about. So until next week, have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.